Hello friends, in this video we are going to learn about 3-level ANSI Spark database system. It is also known as 3-level architecture of database system. So let us start. First question is, what is the full form of ANSI and what is the full form of Spark? The full form of ANSI is American National Standard Institute and full form of Spark is Standard Planning and Requirement Committee. Now next question comes in our mind, why it is known as 3-level ANSI Spark database system architecture, or why it is known as 3-level architecture of database system? Because it consists of 3 levels and each level describes something about database system. Now let us see in detail what is 3-level architecture of database system. Here first one is database. Here your actual data is stored. Whatever the data we are storing, that is stored over here in database. Above database is internal level, which is also known as physical level. Now what actually internal level will describe? It simply describes how the data are actually stored on storage device. We can also say that the physical level describes how data is actually stored in the database. In the lowest level, these data is stored in the external hard drives in the form of bits. This level is always responsible for allocating space to the data. Various users of DBMS are unaware of location of these objects. The physical level also deals with the compression and encryption techniques. Next move further, conceptual level. It is also known as logical level. Now what actually conceptual level will describe? It simply describes what data are stored and what relationship exist. We can say that conceptual level will describe how the database appears to the user conceptually and the relationship between various data tables. The whole design of database, such as relationship among data, schema of data, etc. are described in this level. The conceptual level does not care for how the data in the database is actually stored. Database constraints and security are also implemented in this level, and this level is maintained by DBA, that is Database Administrator. Next move further, view level, which is also known as external level. This view level will always describe how the data are viewed by each user. Here we are having more than one view, that is view 1 as per user 1, view 2 as per user 2, view 3 as per user 3. So the external level only shows the relevant database content to the user in the form of views and hides the rest of the data. So different user can see the database as a different view as per their requirement. So here these database system architecture consists of 3 levels, that is internal level, conceptual level and view level, and all these 3 levels describe something about database system. That's why this architecture is known as 3-level database system architecture. Now let us move further. Take an example. In our example, we are storing student information in a student table. So first one is database. What the information about the student that we are storing is stored over here in database. Now above database is internal level, which is also known as physical level, which describes how the data are actually stored. Now in our example, we are having a table name student having column roll number, name, address and city. Now suppose we are storing a record roll number 101, name is Raj, address is 0 and city is Ahmedabad. So here in internal level, the record can be described as a block of storage, that is in bytes or in gigabytes or in terabytes in memory, and these details are often hidden from the programmer. Next move further, conceptual level. Now in this conceptual level, records can be described as a field and attributes along with the data type. The relationship among each other can be logically implemented in this level. Generally programmer works at this level. Next move further, View level. Now user just interact with the system with the help of GUI, that is graphically user interface. Here these users are not aware of how and what data are actually stored. Here there are three views, means this each user can access data as per requirement, means each user can interact this database as per their requirement. View of each user may be a different, that's why we are having more than one user. Now next move further, data abstraction in DBMS. What actually data abstraction is? Database systems are made up of complex data structure, and that's why it is very much difficult to understand by each and every user. So to ease the user interaction with database, the developer will always hide the internal irrelevant detail from the user. Means developer will always hide the information that is not relevant to user, and the process of hiding that irrelevant detail from the user is nothing but data abstraction. Next move further, what actually mapping is and what is data independence. So first let us see what is mapping. Here this user 2 wants some data, so user 2 is over here at view level, our data is placed over here in database. So what actually user 2 will do, user 2 will send a request from view level to conceptual level. That request again moves from conceptual level to internal level. Again that request moves from internal level to database. This request will process over here in database. It will give some result. Again that result will move from database to internal level. Again that result moves from internal level to conceptual level, and then conceptual level to view level at user 2. So the process of transforming request and result between the three levels is known as mapping. Next, what is data independence? If we define data independence, then it is the ability to modify a schema definition in one level without affecting a schema definition in next level. Mainly there are two types of data independence. First one is physical data independence. Physical data independence is the ability to modify the physical schema without requiring any change in the logical schema and application programmer. Modification at internal level are occasionally necessary to improve the performance. Possible modification at internal level are change in the file structure, it may be a compression technique, hashing algorithm, storage device, etc. And these physical data independence will be carried out at physical level. Next one is logical data independence. Logical data independence is the ability to modify the conceptual schema without requiring any change in the application program. Modification at logical level is necessary whenever the logical structure of database will be changed. Application programs are heavily dependent on logical structure of data they access, so any change in the logical structure also requires program to change. And logical data independence will be carried out on logical level, or we can say conceptual level. Thank you very much.